Hello guys, and welcome to this Make segment. I'm your host, Zachary Anderson, and luck does have it, I just got my order in from DigiKey. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we got down here. Oh, beautiful. You know, this PCB looks a little bare. Why don't we dress it up a little? So we're gonna jump right in to learning about some of the principles in soldering. So if you guys were watching last video, you know that we talked about the MP3 player and a little bit of the components. Well, in this video, we're gonna be looking at how to solder correctly and how to solder these components onto a PCB. So first off, what is a PCB? Well, a PCB is a printed circuit board. So if you've ever worked with a breadboard before, you've probably seen a big mess of wires and all these crazy things. Well, a PCB is a printed circuit board. So all the wires on this PCB are actually little copper traces inside the board that connect each pinhole to another. So a printed circuit board makes those connections inside the actual board. And if you guys remember the system visual from last video, you can think of some of the traces here as being representative of the lines that actually connected those blocks in that system visual. So this is the piece that we're actually going to be mounting all of our components onto. So let's have a quick look at some of those components. So these are the pieces that we'll be soldering down to the board. And you can see we've got a speaker, USB, Arduino, some tactile switches or push buttons, and our DFP mini player, which is the driver for the speaker. We also have a port to plug the USB port into, a resistor, which is 1 kilo ohm. We have a 470 microfarad capacitor rated for 10 volts. We have two 15 pin female connectors and two 8-pin female connectors. And we also have this little JS2 plug that's supposed to plug into our speaker, just like that. Beautiful. And finally, of course, we've got our PCB. So now that we've covered some of the components, let's take a look at the equipment that we'll be using. So first up, we have our soldering iron. And today I'm using a very special one. I'm using a Hakko FX901. This is a portable soldering iron that actually runs off of just some alkaline batteries. And I thought this was absolutely fascinating. I'm really excited to test this thing out to see if it actually works. Because most of the soldering irons I've worked with have an actual power station. But this guy is saying, hey, I can use AA batteries. And so I thought, that's interesting, let's try that out. We're also gonna need some solder. So this is the material that will actually be melting to connect all our components together. It's a conductive metal, primarily made out of tin, with a little bit of other components in there as well. We've got some electrical tape, and I'm gonna be using this just tape down some of our components as we solder them. We've also got a pair of wire cutters, or wire strippers rather, but we'll be using this to cut some of the wires that are sticking out at the end. And finally, we've got our holder, our clamp for our PCB board. So let's go ahead and let's get soldering. So we've got our 1 kilo ohm resistor. And I'm just gonna thread it between these two holes right here. Just like that. And then underneath, I'm gonna pull those legs out. Okay, and you can see that leg's hanging off the end. And if I turn this board around, you would see, if I flip it over like this, you can see the legs that are sticking out there. So I've just bent those legs out, and that's gonna hold the resistor into the PCB board, okay? Into the PCB board. I'm gonna flip that back over now, back the way that it was. And let's add our next component, which is going to be the capacitor. So for the resistor, this is an example of an unpolarized component, so you can connect it either way. But the capacitor is polarized. It's got a positive and a negative side. So it's really important that we connect this the right way around. Now, the capacitor that's most important here is the one that connects to the speaker. And so that's gonna be the capacitor that's down here, all right, down here on the board. So I'm gonna take a look at this capacitor, and I'm gonna look for the stripe that's got the negative sign, and that's telling me that this is the negative terminal. So the shorter terminal of your capacitor will always be the negative terminal, and the longer terminal of your capacitor will always be the positive terminal. Okay, and if you get lost, make sure to just take a look on your capacitor. It'll show you which is which by that band. And you can also see the value there is 470 microfarads. So let's go ahead and we're gonna plug this now into the board just like that. And then of course, again, I'm gonna fold the legs out underneath. So I've put in my passive components, they're ready for soldering. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna turn on my soldering iron. Now this thing's pretty nifty. It's got a button here. I'm just gonna slide that up and we're gonna see the little red LED come on, and that's gonna tell me that this is heating up, okay? This soldering iron is now heating up. Now, a little bit about soldering iron safety, make sure that you never leave a soldering iron on when you walk away. Before you walk away from a bench or a soldering iron, you need to make sure that it's turned off. But this guy's gonna heat up, and once it's heated up, we are gonna be able to melt a little bit of solder on the tip. So I'm gonna grab my solder here, and let's go ahead and let's grab a little bit of solder. And I'm just gonna hold this to the tip of my soldering iron until the point that it starts to melt. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Oh my gosh, that works so well. I don't know how these guys did this. This is phenomenal. So what we can do next is I'm gonna hold the tip of my soldering iron to the point that I wanna solder. And I'm gonna bring the solder to that point. And I'm just gonna melt a little bit of solder onto that contact, okay? And what's really important is I wanna make sure that I'm touching the wire and the pad at the same time. I wanna make sure that I'm touching the wire and the pad at the same time. So I'm gonna hold that down against the wire and the pad. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of solder there. There we go. Now these solder pads for these passive components are really, really small, but usually they're a little bit bigger and a little bit easier to manage. So that one's there, and then finally this one here. Perfect. Okay, so I've got those done. I'm gonna put the lid back on and turn off the soldering iron, and we're gonna move to the next step. Okay, so on to the next step. What we're gonna do is we are going to now put down some of the push buttons. Okay, so I've got my push buttons here, as you can see. And I'm gonna be connecting these push buttons now onto my PCB. And one of the reasons that I'm using the push buttons first is because once I add these FEM connectors, it's gonna be hard to reach in there. So next, I'm gonna add my tactile switches, my push buttons. And these are gonna go into each of the slots that say button on this side. So let's go ahead and let's pop those on. So we got the first one, second one, our third one, and our fourth one. Beautiful. And what's important is that these stay really flush. They stay really flat against the PCB. So that can be kind of hard. And actually, if we flip this thing over, you might see some of them fall out. Luckily they didn't, but sometimes they do. So one trick that I find really handy is to have some masking tape. And we can actually use this masking tape to hold down the buttons while we solder them on the other side. So that's what I'm gonna do next. So we're gonna skip ahead a little bit of me soldering or taping these down and soldering them together until the next part. So see you guys soon. So we just finished soldering this guy, and whew, that was tiring. But we're almost done. But I made a mistake. So what did I do wrong? Well, if we look here really closely, you'll see that these two pads have been soldered together. These two pads have been soldered together. So if this happens to you, don't freak out. There's something really easy that we can do to resolve this problem. We're going to break that solder bridge. We're going to break that solder bridge. And that could be a new dance move that you practice when you listen to your song. So let's go ahead and let us break this solder piece. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my soldering iron and run it through just like that. Hope you guys saw. We'll do it again. But just run it through. And that's all I need to do. I just take my soldering iron, I run it through that bridge, and it's just gonna break apart. So that's fantastic. There's one more step that we really have to do. I'm gonna close this now because I'm done soldering, and it's really important that I always close this off. Is I'm gonna cut these excess wires, just like this. So I'm gonna cut that one and that one. And one more thing that I want you guys to note, guys and gals, let's take a look a close-up on one of these solder pads, and you're gonna see that there's a nice crown, right? And that's what we want. We want that nice cone shape, okay? That nice cone shape on each solder pad. We want that nice cone shape. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's plug in the rest of our components, and then we'll be done. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm gonna take my DFP mini player, and I'm gonna plug it in here, in that slot. Wow, perfect. Then I've got my Arduino microcontroller, and I'm gonna plug it into this slot. Doo-doo-doo. Fantastic. And then I'm gonna grab my speaker, and I'm gonna plug it into this spot here. Doo-doo-doo. Let's see, which way does that go? Perfect. I'm having some difficulties plugging this in. Ah, there we go, perfect. Okay, so that's plugged in there. And then finally, we've got our USB. And yeah, I got that the right way around. Why do we always plug it in the wrong way around? Perfect, there we go. There is our completed system. Oh my gosh. So let's go ahead and let's listen to that Ariana Grande. So what we're gonna do next in the next video is we're gonna be looking at actually powering this thing and programming it. So I hope you guys are excited, and I'll see you next time. So we learned a lot about soldering and how to put things together and solder them correctly. Your challenge for this video is I want you guys to find some other item in your house maybe that contains the same elements as this solder. So this solder is made of what metal? And can you find an item in your house that is made of the same metal? If you do, make sure to send it to us at zenmakerlab.com, #DesignMakePlay.